DC Comics is one of the largest American companies in comic books and related media publishing. A subsidiary of Time Warner, DC is responsible for such famous characters as Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Aquaman, and their teammates in the Justice League. For decades, DC Comics has been one of the two largest American comic book companies, along with Marvel Comics. The initials DC were originally an abbreviation for Detective Comics, and later the official name. Originally located in New York City at 432 4th Avenue, DC has been successively headquartered at 480 and later 575 Lexington Avenue, 909 3rd Avenue, 75 Rockefeller Plaza, 666 5th Avenue, and 1325 Avenue of the Americas, in 1992. DC took over several floors when it moved to 1700 Broadway in the mid-1990s, relocating there with fellow Time Warner property Mad Magazine, which moved there from 485 Madison Avenue. The corporation is an amalgamation of several companies. National Allied Publications was founded by Major Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson in 1934 to publish Fun, the Big Comic Magazine No. 1, February 1935. Later known as New Fun and More Fun. The first American comic book with solely original material rather than comic strip reprints, it was a tabloid-sized, 10-inch by 15-inch, 36-page magazine with a cardstock, non-glossy cover. Issue number 6, October 1935, brought the comic book debut of Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, the future creators of Superman, who began their careers with the musketeer swashbuckler Henri Duval and, under the pseudonyms Ledger and Ruths, the supernatural crime fighter adventure Dr. Occult. Wheeler Nicholson added a second magazine, New Comics, which premiered with a December 1935 cover date and it closed to what would become the standard size of Golden Age comic books, with slightly larger dimensions than today's. That title evolved into Adventure Comics, which continued through issue number 503 in 1983, becoming one of the longest-running comic book series. His third and final title was Detective Comics, advertised with a cover illustration dated December 1936, but eventually premiering 3 months late, with the March 1937 cover date. The themed anthology series would become a sensation with the introduction of Batman in issue number 27, May 1939. By then, however, Wheeler Nicholson was gone. In 1937, in debt to printing plant owner and magazine distributor Harry Donenfeld, who was as well a pulp magazine publisher and a principal in the magazine distributorship Independent News, Wheeler Nicholson was compelled to take Donenfeld on as a partner in order to publish Detective No. 1. Detective Comics, Inc. was formed, with Wheeler Nicholson and Jack S. Leibovitz, Donenfeld's accountant, listed as owners. The Major remained for a year, but cash flow problems continued, and he was forced out. Shortly afterward came the launch of what would have been his fourth title, National Allied Publications Action Comics, the premiere of which introduced Superman, a character with which Wheeler Nicholson was not directly involved. Editor Ben Sullivan chose to run the feature after Sheldon Mayer rescued it from the slush pile. National Allied Publications and Detective Comics, Inc., soon merged to form National Comics, which in 1944 absorbed an affiliated concern, Max, Charlie, Gaines and Leibovitz's All-American Publications. Leibovitz then consolidated National Comics, Independent News and related firms into National Periodical Publications, the direct precursor of DC1. Later that decade, Gaines was bought out and left to form Educational Comics, Inc., better known as EC. National Periodical Publications became publicly traded on the stock market in 1961. Citation needed. Despite the official names National Comics and National Periodical Publications, the logo Superman DC was used throughout the line, and the company known colloquially as DC Comics for years before the official adoption of that name.